Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video on differential equations. If you're new to my channel, make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications to stay up to date with all the new videos that I upload. In today's video, we'll be talking about homogeneous and exact ordinary differential equations. The assumption is that you guys know about differential equations, the basics, and want to learn how to solve these differential equations. So I'm going to start with a small recap on what separable differential equations are, because that is the most important or the easiest form of differential equation that can be solved analytically. So quickly, I'll first talk about what a separable function is, and then we'll move to a separable differential equation. Now, if I have a function f of x comma y and I'm able to decompose it into two separate functions, g and h, the function g having terms of only the variable x and h having the terms of only the variable y, then in this case, the function f is actually a separable function. Now, let's think of this in terms of differential equations. So if I have the following differential equation, and I know f is a separable function, then I can write it in the following way. Now, if I rearrange the terms a little bit, I'll actually end up with the following rearrangement. Now, this is a very simple thing to solve in terms of integration, right? In integration, what we do, if I first try to separate the variables and then we integrate on both sides. This is exactly what we have here. So now if we were to integrate on both sides, we actually end up with the following solution, right, to our differential equation. This is the solution of the differential equation 1. So now you can see that if you have a separable function, a variable separable function, it's very easy for us to solve the differential equation analytically. However, this most likely will never be the case, and therefore we have the next more difficult sort of differential equation to solve, which is a homogeneous differential equation. So again, let's just talk about what a homogeneous function is first, and then we'll move into what a homogeneous differential equation is. So again, let's assume I have a function f of x comma y, and I substitute or I evaluate that function at tx and ty, and I'm able to take out a t power n term from that differential equation, right? So if this condition is satisfied, then I can say that f is a homogeneous function of degree n, because that was the term that I could take out, t power n. The degree of the t that I substituted, that is the degree of the homogeneous function. Very simple definition again. An example is x squared plus y squared. If that is the function, then that is a homogeneous function of degree 2, because when I do t times x squared plus t times y squared, I can take a t squared term outside, and therefore the degree is 2. Very simple. Now let's think of this in terms of differential equations. Now let's say I have a differential equation of the following form. So I have a function m, which is a function of both x and y times dx, and I have a function n again, which is a function of both x and y. So m dx plus n dy equal to 0. This is a differential equation, right? First order differential equation, obviously. Now the definition of a homogeneous differential equation is if both m and n are homogeneous functions of the same degree. Then this above differential equation is a homogeneous differential equation. Very simple. So I have m times dx plus n times dy equal to 0. If both m and n are homogeneous functions of the same degree, then I can say that that differential equation is a homogeneous differential equation. So now again, let's just rearrange this differential equation a little bit and write it in the following form, right? This is the same differential equation. Now, if you see here, if this is a homogeneous differential equation, then the function f is also homogeneous. Why? Because m and n are both homogeneous, therefore f has to be homogeneous. But what is the degree of that function f? So we will just check that quickly. So if I were to do f of tx comma ty, it's actually m tx comma ty and n tx comma ty. Now we know both m and n are homogeneous with the same degree, right? Because our assumption is that this differential equation is a homogeneous differential equation. Now in that case, what we can see is we'll actually get this as minus f of x comma, we'll get this directly equal to f of x comma y. Now this essentially means that f is homogeneous with degree 0. Sorry about that. So now we have a differential equation dy by dx is equal to f of x comma y, and it's a homogeneous differential equation only if m and n are homogeneous of the same degree. Therefore f is actually a homogeneous function of 0th degree. So now the reason we care about homogeneous differential equations is that we can actually convert homogeneous differential equations into the variable separable form. So how do we do that? That's what we're going to study right now. So now let's say I have dy by dx is equal to f of x comma y, which was equal to minus m by n. We saw that. Now let's just do the following substitution. First is we can see that f of tx comma ty is equal to t power 0 times f of x comma y. We just saw that. So now if I were to take the substitution t is equal to 1 by x, right? Then inside this I'll actually get 1 comma y by x is equal to t power 0 is just 1 f of f of x comma f of x comma y, right? So this essentially means that f of x comma y can be written in the following way, or in other terms I can write the differential equation dy by dx is equal to f of 1 comma y by x. So now we make the next substitution that we are interested in. So let the variable z is equal to y by x. Let that be the equation. So then dy by dx is equal to d by dx of x times z. That is actually equal to z plus x times dz by dx by chain rule of differentiation. So now with both of these together, we can actually see that z plus x times dz by dx is equal to f of 1 comma z. I just substituted this z into this, right? So now this is actually a variable separable differential equation where I can write it in the following way. I can write it as f of 1 comma z minus z is equal to dx by x. Now you can see that this got converted into a variable separable differential equation, and then I simply solve, I integrate on both sides, solve for it. So I get the solution in terms of x and z, but my original differential equation was in terms of y and x. So I simply make, once I solve this equation and I get the solution of in terms of I get the solution in terms of z and x, I substitute for z as y by x, and then I'll get the solution purely in terms of x comma y, which is what we want. So let's quickly take an example to understand this better, right? So I'm going to take an example. So let's say I want to solve this differential equation. Right? So first thing that we can notice is this is the function m, this is the function n. Both are homogeneous with the same degree 1. And if I were to rearrange this, I can write it as follows. dy by dx is equal to x plus y by x minus y. So this function is actually f of x comma y. So now if I were to make the substitution z is equal to y by x, z is equal to y by x, then I can then what I'll actually get is dy by dx is equal to 1 plus z by 1 minus z. So now this essentially means that if I were to take this dz form of the differential equation, then what will actually happen is that I'll be able to write it in the following way. dz I'll be able to write it as 1 minus z times dz by 1 plus z square is equal to dx by x. I'm simply using this form of the equation. So we know what f of 1 comma z is. This is f of x comma y. So this is f of z, f of 1 comma z. So I'm just substituting that here and I get the differential equation in variable separable form as this. So now if I actually solve this on integration, I'm just going to give you the direct answer. You guys can actually integrate and solve it. So what I'll actually get is tan inverse of z minus 1 by 2 log of 1 plus z square is equal to log x plus c. So that is by integrating on both sides. So now the thing is, our differential equation was in terms of x and y. So we simply substitute z is equal to y by x, which was our initial substitution. And this gives us tan inverse of y by x minus 1 by 2 log of 1 plus y by x the whole square is equal to log x plus c. So this is a solution of the differential equation simply in terms of x and y. Now obviously this is a constant which depends on the initial value. So we saw how if you have a homogeneous differential equation, you can actually convert it into a variable separable differential equation, which is why homogeneous differential equations are very important. So now what if the differential equation is not homogeneous either, right? So then we have something called exact differential equations. So now again for exact differential equations, let's start with the same form. I have this form of the differential equation. So what we basically try to say for this differential equation, for it to be an exact differential equation, is if there exists a function f of x comma y such that dou f by dou x is equal to m and dou f by dou y is equal to n, which means the partial differential of that function with respect to x is our function m here and with respect to y is the function n here, then what we can actually do is dou f by dou x times dx plus dou f by dou y times dy is equal to 0. We can write it in this way, or this, if you guys notice, is actually nothing but df is equal to 0, or the differential of that function f, right? That's how you find the differential of that function f. So in other words, the general solution for this function will be f of x comma y is equal to c. Now if such a function exists, right, if such a function f exists, then and only then do we call this differential equation 1 an exact differential equation. So let's take an example just to see whether this holds a differential equation where this is satisfied. So let's take an example just to understand it a bit better. So let's say we have a differential equation y dx plus x dy is equal to 0. So we can see that m is equal to y and n is equal to x. So do we have any function f such that dou f by dou x is m and dou f by dou y is n? We do. That function is actually xy. So if I have the function xy, then what will actually happen is that if you see dou f by dou x is equal to y, which is equal to m, and dou f by dou y, which is actually equal to x, is equal to n. So this differential equation is actually an exact differential equation. So we know that dou f for an exact differential equation, dou f by dou x is equal to m, and this would imply that dou square f by dou x dou y, no sorry, dou y dou x, got the order wrong, sorry about that, dou y dou x is equal to dou m by dou y. Now similarly, we know that dou f by dou y is equal to n, and this implies that dou square f by dou x dou y is equal to dou n by dou x. Now we know from calculus that actually the left hand side of both of these equations are one and the same. That if I take the partial differential of x first and y next, or y first and x next, both are the same. So that essentially means another condition for an exact differential equation is that this should be satisfied. So now let's check whether it satisfies for this case. So I have that dou m by dou y, which is actually equal to 1, and dou n by dou y, which is also equal to 1, are equal. Therefore, we can say that again this differential equation is an exact differential equation. So this is another condition which we can use to make sure that we have an exact differential equation. And this is a necessary condition for, so I'll just write that down here, is now how do we show that this is a sufficient condition? I will actually leave, so if you guys are following any particular book for differential equations, you guys can check how to prove that this condition is also a sufficient condition. So how is that? You guys can actually check it out, and if you're not able to find out how to prove that this is a sufficient condition, just let me know in the comments, and I'll either create another video for that, or I'll link a PDF like this where I write the proof for showing that this is a sufficient condition. So now let's actually take an example and see how, if we have an exact differential equation, how can you solve it? So let's say we have to solve the differential equation e power x dx plus x e power y plus 2y dy is equal to 0. So first we check for exactness of this differential equation, and we can see that m is equal to e power y, n is equal to x e power y plus 2y. So if I do dou m by dou y, I can see it's actually e power y, and if I do dou n by dou x, I can see it's e power y as well. This is 2, not z. Okay, so we can see that both are equal. This implies that this differential equation is an exact differential equation. Okay, so now that we know that it's an exact differential equation, let's try to solve it. So we know that a function f exists such that dou f by dou x is equal to e power y, and a function dou f by dou y exists which is equal to x e power y plus 2y. That is what we just studied. So now again solving this like we had explained, this implies that f is equal to x e power y plus some function g of y. How did we get this? By integrating on both sides, we got this. So now let's just take the differential of f. So let's do dou f by dou y. So what we get is actually x e power y plus g dash of y. So we can see, comparing these two, that g dash of y is equal to 2y, which essentially means that g of y is equal to y square. Therefore, we can say that the general solution, or the solution of this differential equation, which is f of x comma y is equal to c, is as follows: is x e power y plus y square is equal to c. This is the solution of the exact differential equation. So that concludes this video on homogeneous and exact differential equations. I hope the concepts are clear. If not, make sure you leave a comment and I'll try to address it the best way I can. You can also reach out to me on email, which is available in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and you're clear on how to solve variable separable, homogeneous and exact differential equations. I'll be back with another video really soon. Thank you for watching.